back to my channel. So today's segment is going to be about reboots because I am a big TV movie fan, and I feel like obviously reboot culture is so popular and everything is getting a reboot, and I wanted to touch on this subject particularly just because my favorite show, Gossip Girl, has been rebooted this year, and I just finished the 12 episode for season 1 that they dropped. I have some thoughts on it, as well as other shows and how I feel about reboots as well. So let's get into it. First things first, with Gossip Girl, I feel like nothing will ever top the original, ever. It's not. The Blairs, the Chucks, Serena, even Dan, Jenny, it's who's gonna top that? Definitely not Julian and Zoya and all of these new people. But I cannot deny the fact that I did enjoy the reboot. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it wasn't bomb. It was good. It was good. Obviously not better than Gossip Girl, but it was good. There's a lot I did not like about it as well. The teachers being Gossip Girl, that's so pathetic. I feel like they could have went another direction with that. The writers, you telling me somebody who's supposed to be in charge of these kids want to teach them a lesson on how to be more grateful, so they're gonna start or restart the gossip blog that literally practically destroyed, well, I wouldn't say destroyed the previous cast lives or the previous characters' lives, but it was a lot. It did a lot, and I don't get their point at all. In a way, if I throw out all my morals and opinions out the window and judgments, I could kind of see where she's coming from, because yes, Gossip Girl brought everybody together in the end, but that's not realistic. In reality, everybody would not be friends. Nobody would be friends with each other. It doesn't matter if y'all was raised together or what. That blog destroyed so many, should have destroyed so many friendships, and to the point where they don't come back together again. And the fact that Dan was Gossip Girl in the previous one, and it was one of their own, and they just forgave them like that, and Serena talking about some love letter to them, I don't get it. I never got that, but whatever. That was 2012. So back to 2021's Gossip Girl. The teachers, it's not doing it for me. They should have did something else. If we really break down each and every one, every one of the episodes, it just got worse in a sense. Not the whole episode itself, but just the teachers themselves. They got just as bad as the students that they're trying to help. That they said they essentially became bullies. And with the whole Julian and her father case, and that Scott teacher airing out all the business and lying, it's the good thing about the original Gossip Girl is the fact that everything that she put out had a semblance of a truth to it. There was proof taken, there was pictures taken. The whole Julian thing with her father, and that they thought that and the teacher saying that Julian was helping her father in silencing the victims. I personally thought that was so messed up, because like I said, I just keep thinking about previous Gossip Girl, that if a picture like that was taken, I don't think he would have just said, oh, okay, this is what's going on, and that she's trying to silence the victims. I think she probably would have said something like, Julian's meeting up with a potential victim. What do you guys think they're talking about? Leave it for the audience to guess, not more so push her own opinion or his own opinion, since it was the guy writing the post in that case. I hated that part. One thing I did like is the fact that they brought Kristen Bell back. I mean, who doesn't? She's OG. I love the fact that they did that. Nobody's voice can do Gossip Girl like she does, and I love it. But yeah, the teachers are pathetic. Moving on to this OB, Julian and Zoya love triangle. It was so boring. The first 6 episodes was trash, but I'm not gonna lie, but the second half, like the second half that was dropped Thanksgiving Day and December 2nd, those 6 episodes made up for the fact that the first 6 was trash. I don't know what happened in between the time that they went on a hiatus. I don't know if they got their shit together and was like, we need to do better, if they realized that the episodes sucked, or they was listening to the feedback, but I'm glad they came back with a bang. The Zoya, I don't understand how you can just date your sister's ex-boyfriend, especially since y'all literally are related. It's weird. And you just got to the school, as in Zoya, and Julian helped you get to the school, and you decide to let her boyfriend pursue you because, well, he's cute. He's not even all that. Let's start there. But whatever. I hated that. I'm glad that was over like this. I don't think Julian need to be, or Obi need to be with either of them. I don't think Julian need to be with Obi. I don't think Zoya need to be with Obi. Obi, I'm glad at the end of the show she got his new girlfriend Grace. I hope she's still around. I doubt it, because I feel like ultimately the writers are gonna end up pushing Julian and Obi back together. But I'm over that really couple and relationship already, quite honestly. What else? I loved Max, Audrey, and Aki's relationship. I like how it got to where they were, and I just love Max. He was the most real on the show to me. Like, as soon as the Gossip Girl stuff started, he blocked her. Okay, I don't think he ever sent the tip in. Okay, like, Max was always the realest one. He was always open with his feelings. Like, he wasn't really someone who really held back. When he told Audrey and Aki off at his door, I was like, yes, living for it, because they did use him emotionally to make themselves look better or feel better, and they were not feeding him back in return. They were not giving him anything. So when he stood up for himself, I loved it. I loved him. He was my favorite character overall. I did not see that coming. In the beginning, I didn't really pay much attention to him. I was mostly focused on like Julian and Zoya's beef, but like the more I think back, even like since episode 1, he was just always the best. I love him personally. I think he was written greatly. I think Thomas, the actor, like portrays him so well. He's so great. Just 10 out of 10. I'm hoping for season 2 that they don't make this triad. Like, I hope it doesn't crash and burn, because I really, really, really want them to succeed. I've never really thought of a triad, like a throuple, but like it works for them, and I really hope that they keep their word, like none for none or all for all. Like, come on, you know? Back to the thing with Julian's dad, I feel like Julian, she handled it well. I really like the fact that she didn't stand by her dad's side. Obviously, you know, as a woman, how could you stand by somebody who potentially, you know, raped a multitude of women? So I'm really glad that she didn't stand by her side. I'm really happy that Nick took her in. And I'm just happy that towards the end with like Zoya and Julian's relationship, like they realized that they can just be sisters. Like, they don't have to be friends, they don't have to be cool. Zoya can have her group of friends, Julian can have her group of friends, and then like they could just be there for each other on a sisterly level. Like, they don't need like they was just doing too much in the beginning and forcing too much, and it was terrible. So I'm glad they realized that. I mean, a lot happened. I love Camille DeHaan, Monet DeHaan's mom. I'm excited for Monet season 2 because I need her. She is the moment. She is the it girl, and I need to see more of her. I need to see her dominate. I don't want her to beef with Julian per se, but I feel like Julian has always been the it girl. That's all she knows. So when somebody else tries to threaten that, they're definitely gonna be going head to head. I'm excited to see more of the parents. We've seen a lot of Nick and a lot of Davis, which is Zoya and Julian's parents, but I really just want to see, I want to see the others. I want to see Luna's parents. I want to see more of Luna. I want to see more of Camille DeHaan. She told Kate off so well. And then Nick told her off after that. I'm like, yes, to the black parent. Overall, I'll rate the show like a 8 out of 10. I was gonna say 7.5, but I'll rate it an 8 out of 10. Like I said, a couple things I would change was just the teachers being Gossip Girl. Gosh, that concept is so freaking stupid to me. Like, they could have used anybody else, you know what I mean? I love the fact that they brought Dorota and Eleanor and Cyrus and Vanya back and little Anna. Like, I love the callbacks to the old characters. Like, I love it. And the fact that Eleanor mentioned that her daughter's in Paris, and hopefully her and Chuck is still going strong, which I believe they are. I don't know. I hope for the rest of the season. I don't know how many seasons. I predict they'll probably have like 5 seasons, 4 or 5 seasons. I really hope that they bring other characters. I heard Ed Westwick, which played the Chuck character, wants to come back. Hopefully. I know Dan Penn Badgley doesn't want to come back, especially since he's doing You and he's doing really well for himself. I know he doesn't want to come back, but I want him to just have a cameo. Like, why not? That show is iconic. The original Gossip Girl is iconic, and these characters are iconic, and I feel like they should really honor that in a sense and come back, even if it's for like a 2-minute like viewing of them. Chase Crawford, which is Nate's character, which played Nate, he's doing well too. He has a show, I think, on Amazon Prime. I feel like he needs to come back, because why are you not the governor of New York? I don't get it. In the beginning, they said like how Constance and St. Jude produced a lot of successful people, and Nate came up, which we know Nate's story. Okay, from season 1, the people who was watching the OGGG from season 1, we know Nate was like, he went through a lot, especially with his family and everything. And at the end, we did see him, you know, make something of himself with the Spectator and everything. So I feel like it's so funny to hear that he's doing so well, because honestly, when I first saw the episode, he was lost. But who isn't lost at like 16, 17, right? So I'm really glad that he found his own and he's very successful. Of course, Blair, I'm pretty sure she's successful. They mentioned in the Thanksgiving or the whatever episode it was that Eleanor was in, they mentioned that how she's running the Waldorf Designs now, so which she's been since the previous show, but I love the fact that they're all successful. I'm pretty sure Chuck is still a successful businessman. I really like seeing Georgina's son. That was unexpected, but it was really fun to just watch. Like, all of these things are on my heart. Like I said, Gossip Girl is definitely my favorite show ever, closely followed by the originals. Those two fight for the #1 spot constantly, but I just love all the callbacks. I'm really loving it. I really, really hope in the future the other old characters come. I don't think Blake Lively, who plays Serena's character, will ever touch the show with the 10-foot pole, nor would Leighton Meester, who played Blair Wardell's character. But I mean, it would be nice to see. But you really never know. I feel like the more popular the show gets, they might actually make a cameo. But I mean, hey, let's see. Well, let's see what else. I don't know. I really hope they stop. I hope the teachers get caught, bro, because they really made a whole. They have meetings about it. Like, do they have lives? Like, I know. I have people who are teachers. I know people who are teachers, and it's just like, they have lives. Why do these white teachers do not have lives? And the stalking, like when that guy teacher took a picture of Zoya and Obi through the window, like, what type of nonsense was that? Oh my god, 0 out of 10. Them teachers need to get caught, fired, put in jail, whatever, under the jail, and move on. I cannot stand it. I cannot wait for them to find out and for them to go down. I really can't. And I don't want it to happen like the last season of Gossip Girl either. Now it needs to happen season 2 next year, immediately. But yeah, well, that's really all my thoughts for it. Overall, for like reboots, I'm not a fan. Um, I wasn't really looking forward to the Gospel Girl reboot unless it had the original characters. Like, for example, the Sex in the City, they're bringing it back. It's called And Just Like That. And I like the fact that they changed it because Kim Cattrall, who plays Samantha's character, is not going to be in it anymore. So calling it Sex in the City and the City while one of the main characters are missing, it doesn't feel right. So I like the fact that they went with a new title. Like they're showing them in their 50s and everything. Like I like the direction that's going. So I'm looking forward to that because I'm a Sex and the City fan. So I'm looking forward to that. Other shows like and other movie reboots, like I know they're doing like I love Teen Wolf the show, but I heard they're bringing back a movie for it. I'm gonna watch it, but I don't think we need it. Personally, it irritates me because I feel like nobody's being creative anymore and nobody's really using their brain to create something new, like a new show for somebody to enjoy. Like reboots are not fun to me. Some people get it right. When you create a new universe with based on an old movie or show with the same name, like what are you doing? And like the characters are not there, the old characters are not there, the old characters are not mentioned. Like I personally didn't need the Gossip Girl reboot. I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was necessary. And just like that, I'm low-key looking forward to it. It seems exciting to me, but also feel like we don't need it. But I know I'm gonna enjoy it. I just know it looks so good. Like, oh my god, it looks good. But I know I'm gonna enjoy it, but I just feel like I don't know. Like, I want new shows. I want these writers, these screenwriters to create new shows, to create new movies. You know, I want to keep the classics the classics. I want to keep Sex in the City, Sex in the City. I want to keep OGGG, which OG Gossip Girl. They better not make a new One Tree Hill or another Supernatural. Like, these shows are classics and untouchable. And I feel like you're kind of tarnishing their legacy, the legacy of the show, when you create another version of it, when the original version is just as good and just as rewatchable, you know? So that's just my personal thoughts on that. I cannot wait for reboot culture to die. But that is all for me today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any thoughts or comments on anything that I said, feel free to comment it below or, you know, hit me up on my social media. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.